First at 4, one elementary school in Letcher County has reopened after a remodel following the July 2022 flood. And Tropical Storm Hillary still poses a serious threat to parts of the western United States.
Plus, the summer sizzle is back as we kick off the work week. Your full forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Olivia Calfee. First at 4, one Letcher County school has opened its doors to students for the first time since the flood. Classes for kindergarten through 5th grade started at West Whitesburg Elementary School today, a school that was heavily damaged in the July 2022 flood. The building is the last Letcher County school to reopen since the flood. Superintendent Denise Yount says the opening is a milestone in flood recovery.
Some of our students lost their homes, lost everything, and lost their school. So to be able to give them their school back in a much better way, it's beautiful, it's updated, it's a fabulous place that they'll enjoy being.
Yount says there are a few upgrades from the structure before. The school is hosting open house for parents tonight. Doors opened at 4 and will close at 6. We will have more tonight at 6. Approximately 72% of the overdoses last year were reportedly attributed to fentanyl. Addiction recovery centers are trying to change that number. With more than 30 locations across Kentucky, ARC is committed to helping decrease the fentanyl addiction crisis in the region. Jason Merrick says he knows that the ARC recovery program works because he himself went through the program, and at the end, he was both drug-free and had a college degree.
I found a job for a great organization that supports people in recovery, and of the 1,000 employees that we have today, over half of them are in recovery themselves.
Merrick also says you should talk with someone if you suspect that they are in active addiction. He explained that the first step in recovery involves someone admitting there's a problem. For more information about addiction recovery centers, visit WYMT.com.
Well, the big story on Monday, the heat is back and it's here to stay. If you're a fan of the heat, you will love the forecast for the next 2 days. Let's take a live look over at Buffalo Mountain right now. You can see some blue sky back in the distance. That current temperature 88 degrees, so we are well above average for this time of year. Most of us right now in the upper 80s and lower 90s. 91 for Monticello, 90 in Irvin, 87 for Jackson, 88 in Floyd County, also in Perry County, and 89 over in Manchester at this hour. But once you factor in the dew point, it feels a little bit warmer out there. Feels like the middle to upper 90s, even lower 100s in some areas. Up on the radar, we are dry thanks to high pressure, and that will continue as we go into tonight, also for much of the week ahead. But if you have any plans this evening, a warm one is on tap. Temperatures fall into the middle to lower 80s, and those lows falling into the upper 60s and lower 70s as you wake up on Tuesday. But more heat on the way on Tuesday, and then maybe a little bit of a break by this weekend. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
All right. Thank you, Cameron. After pounding Southern California Sunday and other parts of the Southwest, including Nevada, the remnants of Tropical Storm Hillary are still posing serious risk today. Forecasters warn more flash flooding as well as mud and rock slides are possible. Max Darrow reports from Las Vegas.
As dawn broke in Palm Springs, California Monday, residents woke up to floodwaters rushing through roads after Hillary dumped half of the city's annual rainfall in just a few hours. The first tropical storm to hit Southern California in more than 80 years brought lashing winds and heavy rainfall to a region much more accustomed to drought. As the floodwaters rose quickly in Victorville, California, Juan Pfeiffer and his mother decided to leave for higher ground.
All that started within an hour or two, and then just kept piling up, and the water keeps coming further back up the street.
The storm has already triggered mud and rock slides like this one in Sheep Canyon, California.
That is all avalanche debris.
In Los Angeles, where the storm flooded freeways, schools are closed today.
As you know, sometimes damage can occur in the hours and days after a storm hits, so Angelenos should continue to stay vigilant.
And it wasn't just California. Floodwaters from Hillary gushed through this casino parking lot in Las Vegas. Here along the Las Vegas Strip, the worst seems to be over. The storm has been downgraded, and the National Hurricane Center expects it to dissipate later today. Nevada's governor had called up the National Guard ahead of the storm. And in Yuma, Arizona, 60-mile-an-hour winds knocked down trees and power lines, leaving parts of the city without electricity. Max Darrow, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Coming up on First at 4, one woman survives a direct lightning strike and tells about it.
Well, no lightning in our region today, but plenty of warm temperatures. Those details coming up after this break.